Pick a limb, settle in, let the story begin. Make yourself home while we wander and roam. We stay on one branch or we leap to the next, following the trail through the simple and complex. Just father and son, having some fun. Follow the trail, see where it leads. A little wonder is all that you need. Chasing the light on a squirrely ride.
Welcome back to Squirrel Trails.
Hey folks.
Yeah, we have a new camera. Well, technically a new phone, so it may look a little different. Still working out the kinks and how to use it.
You don't know how to use a phone?
I know. This new phone is a little differently. I mean, to be honest, I even can tell that the image is quite crooked a little bit, but there's nothing much I can do about that. So it is what it is.
Technology change is a part of life.
Yeah.
I mean, in all things that we do.
And true to our nature, our pre-planning isn't there.
When did we start pre-planning? Oh, I do need to talk about one thing though before we get rolling into this.
Sure.
Because I haven't asked you about your life, but last weekend I did a 7-hour Taekwondo class. It was a part of 4 schools we were a part of. Was taught by the Grand Master for ATA.
Okay, yep.
Executive Grand Master. He taught one. We had a Chief Master from down at National Headquarters and a 4th or 5th degree gentleman that also did instructions. We had a lot of physical exercises. We were working on things, but one of the things that the Grand Master really, Grand Master, not Master.
One of the same.
Yeah, he's a very nice man. Taught us was it's about the basics. That and it's about your belief.
Okay.
That belief is a real key. So he started by saying, do you believe, to a group of about 60 of us adults, do you believe that you can be a world champion? In the back of my head, I'm going, well, I qualified to compete for world champion this year, but I ain't got a shot.
Yeah. Yep.
I didn't.
100%. Yep. Yeah. Agreed.
So,
Agreed.
And he made a point though. Even if you got the best skills in the world, if you don't have that belief, it ain't happening.
100%.
Yeah.
Have you watched The Karate Kid?
Yeah, exactly. It's not like this is not a lesson that has not been taught in, I don't know, any multi-level marketing program anywhere.
Yeah, well, just The Karate Kid alone.
Yeah.
I mean,
exactly. But but the other thing he brought home to us was, it's about the basics.
Yep.
If you're doing kicks, for those of you doing martial arts, you'll kind of know where I'm going to. If you don't pivot your feet correctly to perform the kick, it's not going to look very good.
Sure.
And it's not going to set you up for the next kick after that. So focusing on your base, which is starting with your pivot, it doesn't matter what how well the rest of that you've been trained on the rest of it. If you don't get the base done, you're in a world of hurt. And I would say that's true in almost anything in life.
To be honest, that's kind of like welding basics too.
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't get that first root down, looking good and smooth, no matter how pretty it may look, it's not going to come together at all.
Yeah. So that's relationships. It's all about that. Gosh. It's all about making sure you have that good base, and that was a key lesson, I think, and he taught that to literally everybody from like 8-year-olds up to, I think I was the oldest at 69, but there was a 68-year-old there as well, which was kind of cool. So,
having a good baseline. Kind of having a good base of customers that like your product.
Yes.
Is always good to have, and taking away their product because a fine print is always a hard and sore topic.
If you bought something and it's no longer available to you, you tend to get grumpy about that.
Yeah.
So that all right. I mean, what is the base of your sales product? It could well be considered your customer.
100%,
Your product and your customer are the two things that come down to the basics.
Yeah.
And security, in many cases, is the same way. We could talk about that. Your basic. I make the point. If you're not managing your assets and you're not managing your access to the assets, it doesn't matter what else is going on. Because if you can't get those two things right, the rest of it's never going to come together.
Yeah.
You can have a really good vulnerability management program, but if don't know all the assets that you're managing, you're probably missing vulnerabilities.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So anyway, so why did you bring up the concept about assets?
Assets, yeah. So just a small topic.
We do have 3 things we'd like to get to. We're not positive we're going to get past this one.
Yeah. So it's one of those things I'm passionate about is about understanding what you bought. So if I buy something,
Yep.
so first of all, so Sony has come out.
Yes.
Is it Sony?
It's Sony.
Yeah, Sony has come out.
At least that's what this article
Yeah,
says.
yeah, PlayStation, Sony, same thing. But they come out and they have they're losing their rights to movies.
Right, because they're no longer going to have access to movies that are distributed by Studio Canal.
Yep. And so for someone like me that may have bought movies through Sony,
Yep.
I will no longer have access to them.
For those
Titles.
for those
For
particular
those
titles.
specific, those,
Right.
Yep. And I can't get my money back.
Well, we don't know that yet.
We do.
Well, what they've not talked about it, but by implication,
They've never been good about this.
They've never been. Yeah.
Refunds? No.
Yeah, most of the electronic vendors aren't particularly good about saying, yeah, you no longer have access to that, so let me give you back some money. Words I've never heard.
Sure. So again, so should they be maybe mailing a copy of what I purchased?
So do they? Okay, so let's walk through the background here because everybody's like, what the fuck are they talking about? So an article today I ran into was that Sony is deleting a total of 551 titles that are distributed under Studio Canal. So if you purchase them and have them on your PlayStation, come September 1st, they're no longer going to be in your library.
Nope.
So yes, you paid $19.99 or whatever it was, the same price, or maybe more that you would have bought at Walmart for this and put it on your shelf. Come September 1st, not going to be available to you. And that's what's come out, that people are talking about. It's a huge discussion going on right now.
So this happened, I think, almost a year ago. But they pushed that. We knew this was coming.
Yes.
This wasn't coming out of the blue. This contract had previously expired prior.
I did not know that, but okay.
Yeah, so this contract had expired, I believe it was like a year ago.
Okay.
And they were trying to figure out, can they get that contract back because of this whole thing? Well, now what happens to my movies that I bought?
Yeah, because you're going to have customers. There's a lot of customers that are ticked on this one.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be too, because we're not talking about movies you've not heard of. I mean, we're talking about Terminator 2, Total Recall, Rambo, The Deer Hunter, from Dusk, even Cliffhanger, From Dusk Till Dawn. I mean, these are things that a lot of people watched.
Yep.
And
they aren't new movies, they're old movies.
Yeah, they're old movies. Well, why would I ever want to watch an old movie? I watched it once. Why don't you
The
do
problem
it
is,
again?
where can you find them now?
Ooh,
you can't
good
just go to actually Target and do stores even sell DVDs anymore? I know Target doesn't. I don't know about Walmart.
Walmart's
Best Buy.
typically got a box sitting out front with a bunch of titles.
Yeah,
in
the
for
$5 bin.
That's nothing I want to watch typically.
I can't walk by that because that's where I get all my DVDs from.
That would explain your library. Okay.
Yes. I buy books the way you buy. I buy DVDs the way you buy books.
Okay. All right.
A deal? Okay. I'll take 5.
No, I only want. Yeah, I want 5 different titles, mind you. But yeah. But occasionally with some security books, like one called Unsecurity right now. That's what I'm buying in bulk because I'm passing it around. I like it so much.
Sure.
So yes. So
can you distribute? Can you distribute that? Do you have the right
I can certainly buy them as a gift. The physical book does not have, at least that I'm aware of, licensing restrictions on who
Have you
I
read
can
the
get.
Have you read the licensing restrictions on resale?
I've read the copyright. There's not a licensing page in the book yet. So, but this does get to the fact that it's a different medium. So when you bought a CD, you could basically take that CD with you, or DVD, and you could go wherever you went and plug it in with you.
Yep.
But you had to cart it around with you.
Sure.
I mean, so with the PlayStation, I could plug it into the library, and any of my PlayStation compatible devices. I don't know if there are any.
PlayStation. I'm gonna carry around the whole PlayStation around. It's like a laptop.
I'm just watching it, playing that in my head. Going, how does that actually work?
mean, maybe because they have like PlayStation Live, I could download on my phone.
Okay, so yeah.
So you
still have access to it.
Yeah, but now I'm carrying around a different device.
Okay, yes, but
Only one versus a suitcase.
as opposed to a suitcase of CDs with you when you
Yes.
take it.
Yep.
So Sony lost the ability to do this. They couldn't successfully negotiate the rights to continue to carry this. So technically, they're not allowed to have that at all.
Yep. So this was I think I brought it up earlier.
This is why we try not to talk about stuff that we're going to talk about, because we don't want to have had the conversation before we got here, because otherwise we'll do a shortcut that you aren't a part of.
You missed, yeah. So one of the things that I was thinking about for that very topic was, can they? So if they're holding on to it, and I buy it, aren't they holding on it for me? Because they aren't holding on it for themselves.
Well, so here's the question: are they, when you buy that, and I would. Lord knows, I am not an attorney, so let's be really clear on this. I am a somewhat educated person that's more likely to be right than wrong than right.
We're like AI. We can't always be trusted.
My boss has said that. But I do like to admit when I've made the error. AI is always really good about that.
Well, then nominated.
Yeah.
Stop. Move on.
Yeah,
We're not there yet.
That's another topic I want to go over, because I got articles for that. So, because my granddaughter says, your life is built around articles that you read.
Yeah.
So, it's a true story. Frick was I going?
So if I buy it from you, are you storing it, and you're storing it for me?
No. But okay, so I'm using my phone as an example as the quote CD. You're not actually buying a CD from me. The CD is staying still within their library.
Sure.
All you're buying
is
access to that CD. So you're buying.
That wasn't very well disclosed to me, though.
Have you read?
Wrong person, yes.
and you bought it anyway.
Ease of use.
Okay.
Right. But this is one of those things is just because they lose the right to distribute.
Well, they probably have lost her because of the way that the communication works. Mm-hmm. Every time that they transmit, that's a distribution.
So I have a question. Then if I have a movie, and I want to store it someplace digitally.
Yes.
Okay. And I keep the main copy. So legally, I can have the physical copy and store a digital copy of that same thing on my computer.
Again, we're not attorneys, so let's be really clear on this. But that's my understanding. You can make a backup copy. And have it there.
Okay. So, one, could just Sony just give me mail me the hard copy, I bought the copy.
No, you didn't. What did you buy? What did you buy?
Agreed. But so,
what did you overspend on?
True. Yeah. Because
you thought you were buying a physical
copy,
conceptually a physical copy. Instead, you bought access to a physical copy.
100%.
Why did you pay $20 for that?
Yeah, no, that's a whole different topic. Again, actually, that goes back into the hidden cost of why I believe that people in the IT industry and a lot of the white-collar jobs get overly paid because of the hidden cost, the stuff that you're reusing. You print once and...
If you'd been a web developer, would you still say that?
100% would.
Okay, all right.
I'd admit it too.
Okay.
So I was actually, me and Abby were just talking about the cost of art when she's making art for people.
Abby is his son or daughter.
It's
been a long day, guys. I made a presentation this morning that did not go well, so I'm a little wired.
Good job. I'm always wired. But yeah, no. So we've talked about the cost of. Well, are you gonna So are you making it just for them? Are you making it to give to others? And how do you determine your cost?
Right.
And so basically it's a hourly wage versus, and kind of one-time use versus multiple
Well,
uses.
the cost is the same, but the question is, what's your revenue tied to that cost? What do you want that return on investment?
Sure.
to be?
And again, the auto guy, when he buys a paper towel to clean up a mess, doesn't go, how much does one sheet cost?
Right.
So there are some stuff that you just kind of purchase, but it's a whole different topic. Again, we'll go into numbers, and I need a whiteboard to go into that whole thing.
I did study cost accounting. My undergraduate degree's in accounting. So
and again, this is a conversation that we can
we could drill, but let's not do that.
Not today. At least, well, maybe offline. But
you don't want to be a part of that conversation.
If I buy a DVD and I then host it or put it on AWS server, I buy a server.
Okay.
And I have
only you have access to it.
I only have access, at least that I know of.
Okay.
Does the server, whoever is stored on, if they're going to do maintenance, I mean, do they have to go, sorry, we can't store that movie because we don't have the right to maintain that software?
Wow. Okay. Again,
just a thing in my head.
This is very nuanced kind of stuff, but the reality is, as long as, because you've loaded your backup copy
100%.
there.
Yep.
And
my purpose is just to watch, not to distribute.
Entertainingly enough, so if you're loading it on your own PC, I think there'd be no question that that's okay. I'm not positive it's okay for you to load it out in the cloud space.
Yeah, and so but if my own PC has access to the internet and is hooked up, I better maintain it well.
Well, yeah, but you have good firewalls and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Don't we all?
Of course we do.
And it's not like mine's better than the bank's.
Of course we do.
Or better than Microsoft itself.
Yeah, no.
So again, it's one of those. So if I put it on my computer, if I get hacked, will I get trouble for distributing it?
No,
yes.
you will not, because somebody committed a crime to gain access to that.
But they have to prove it.
Sure.
And then I should have a responsibility of, hey, you put it online, you should have known. You should have had a better
I think we're really
security
getting
side.
into what we would call an edge case at this point in
100%.
time.
Just one of those things I think about, just kind of why? Because again, this is where should we be continuing to buy stuff digitally? I say no. No.
I would okay. If you look at my library of books,
my library of books. I mean,
your library of DVDs is. You probably are closing on my count of books.
Yeah, no, I'm about halfway.
Okay.
Yours fills in, but mine doesn't yet.
They're thinner.
But no, the reason why I say no, we should get rid of digital copies, is because of this right here, this issue.
Right.
If I buy something, again, the reason why this topic, Sony, is having an issue is because when someone bought something, it wasn't up front. There wasn't a big sign saying, you don't own this, you're just renting space.
You're not even renting space, you're renting access.
Access, 100%.
You purchased an essentially semi-permanent access to that
and that's not fully, so it is fully disclosed, but it is not upfront disclosed. So
we should actually get a copy of Sony's.
I'm already on that. I love reading privacy statements and terms of service. I was already getting there.
I dropped him on his head as a kid. I'm sorry. He reads terms of service and privacy statements. There's got to be a study that says how many people actually read privacy statements.
Well, this is, again, another topic that I'm super passionate about. The privacy statements in terms of service, especially terms of service, should be more of a test than a read-through.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that if I'm going to go play
a game on your phone,
game on. So I'm
Angry Birds on your phone.
You're like Angry Birds. I need to pass a test that says you fully comprehend
100%
the terms of service for this.
Yes. The reason why the reason for this crap, we're not going to get to our topic, other topics. The reason for this is because of this article here.
Okay.
Because everybody's mad at Sony. They shouldn't be.
They should be mad at themselves.
Mad at themselves.
Right.
But wait a
Why did I
minute.
do this?
Why did I let them do this? And what other, what other games or what other devices, when you download a game or these terms of service, they have access to? They can. Why does a game need to see your list of phone calls?
And that's a really great question. I'm actually trying to see if I can't pull up the number of. I read a lot of stuff, books, and I do use Amazon Kindle for that because it's easier for me than carrying around 5 or 6 books. Because I read quickly. Yep. I mean, it's when I would travel for a week, I'd have to bring 4 or 5 books with me.
You read at times 2. I listen at times 2.
Yes. Good point. So I do have probably a couple thousand or more. We won't talk about it. on Amazon on Kindle. Now I was just trying to think, well, what, and again, should have done homework. This goes back to lack of purpose. What are my access rights to this? Because I do know Amazon has, I believe, no, it's a bad term, I believe that they have the rights to modify the text that's in the book that I bought. So if I bought 20 years ago, if I bought an Agatha Christie, and during some of the entertainment that we've had politically over the last few years, they decided to change the language because people use different words that are no longer acceptable in the world. They made some of those changes to those books.
And here's another question. If they make changes down the road to that terms of service, does the book that you bought now have to maintain those new terms of service rights?
So the
so
book,
if they
so I don't have term. Okay, so I buy a book. Check that. I buy access to a book
again.
On
that's again. This is where
be clear
that you're buying access. You're not actually buying the book. You're not buying the movie. You're not buying the software.
Okay, so you know what we're going to do next couple weeks?
Okay.
We're going to break down the terms of service for Amazon.
Okay.
Because it's got to be there. We'll break it down just for giggles and grins. May do it as a special podcast. We need to do that because we keep using the terms. But I haven't read it. Have you read it? Well,
not for
Kindle.
You don't I read Google's. I know Google's, and I've read Google's. I used to read theirs 3 times a year. I've read Facebook's is twice a year.
I am so sorry for you.
So Google's is pretty fun. Understanding on when things change, if you have access to this or this, depending on which access you have, what contract of the terms of service and privacy statements you are allowed to have, and then may take away because now you have this, so we're going to take away these because you now have this rights versus this rights.
So is reading a terms of service essentially a form of an adventure game?
Yeah, theirs for sure. Because again, theirs is because they have so many different products. That and they all kind of connect. So some may take over than others. Kind of similar to like what Disney said when it came to, hey, you watch, you have Disney Plus, so you can't sue us now.
When you're at the when you're at the theme park, because you had Disney Plus, that really, and eventually the court went no.
Yeah, there was a no. I agreed. Yeah, it's just so
even Disney walked that one back.
100%. But agreed. Yes, we should because it'd be cool to see. But the reason why I think we should have at least answer these 5 questions. Is because they're written in non-normal people logic.
Yeah, because there's laws that say that you have to be able to be, not sure law is the right term. There are certain expectations within the privacy field that you are supposed to be writing privacy statements that are clear and are understandable.
Yep.
Because people need to be able to understand their privacy rights. I don't know that there's similar language for terms of service.
Sure. And so this is where because again, this is...
Could they add like little Easter eggs in the terms of service?
Some do.
If you
I won't
read,
say who, but some do. Just FYI.
If you read
there are
this-
some games that if you read their privacy statements, there's a code that you can get free stuff in the game.
you have cheat codes inside the privacy
Yes,
statements.
100%.
That is a cool way to get people to read that.
100%.
That is, read this. It'll be good for you.
100%.
Wow.
Yeah, but you didn't know that one.
No, we need to track down who those are. We should.
I can
That's
get you
that's
titles.
somebody we should reference those. These are people that are doing it right.
Yes, 100%.
They need kudos. they need likes, if
Yep,
you would,
just
because that's
100%.
that. Wow.
so
No
we-
attorney I know would ever have done that, and I know some nice attorneys.
And again, it's just it's where these again it's games that believe that hey, when you read this, I mean these are what's important.
Yep.
And so and this is where I think some of the developers are doing really well. Where some developers like other ones that take away rights.
Well, I mean, yes.
limit your rights.
Limit your rights. And to be honest, I am guessing that Sony doesn't believe that their distribution of movies on the PlayStation is a key product for them.
True.
I mean, that's the other side that comes into
100%.
this.
And then we're not going to get into Nintendo's Switch and
Oh,
them breaking.
we could do Dungeons and Dragons distribution with
Oh,
the
no.
proposed method that they're wanting to use for the new book.
Yeah, no,
Because that's going to go all electronic, and you're not going to be able to share it. So.
sure. They're doing. Everybody's again. This is why digital everything is
No,
not good.
So a lot of what we do as humans involves exchanging and talking to people and doing things. I mean, we're recording this in a public library right now, for
100%.
pity's sakes.
Yeah.
So there's all sorts of media out there.
Yep.
We are. I mean, I grew up and almost didn't have a dating life because I spent so much time in a used bookstore.
Yeah.
So
Making pocket protectors.
I didn't make pocket protectors. I did have pocket protectors. I unfortunately have video or have a picture evidence of that. So, which people occasionally call because I shared it, and I have learned: do not share photos because they're funny, because they will come back to haunt you.
100%.
So yeah.
Welcome to the digital world.
Good point. So we do live in that world where we're having all these things, but we like the convenience. Let's
Sure.
be understand. It is a lot more convenient for me to carry this around
Yep.
than it is 2,000 books.
Sure. And this may be why it's called the hook revenue system. It's a hook and something for companies that will get you into a product at a cost that they lose money at, knowing that in a few years.
I thought only drug dealers did that.
That and AI. Because AI says, hey, this is all cheap.
Yeah.
And wait a minute. No, it's not. Because everybody's overly using it.
Yeah, and it's really blowing up the cost models. I mean, that was.
This is another topic that we were going to get into.
We were going to get into, and I'm not sure how much time we have.
We got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes. Okay, so just really quick on this one. There are, one of the challenges we're facing right now, June of 2026, is the AI tool sets are increasing their costs because who knows, they actually wanted to make money. And,
No way.
And then I'm sure they're going to make money based on this. There's a conversation that we are in. For those of you that are old enough to remember the .com bubble,
Yep, the AI
AI
bubble.
is we're in potentially an AI bubble on this one. But that's, in all honesty, and technology is going to hurt me. That's a normal process of any technology change.
Yeah.
You're going to have a bubble because we overpromise. As humans, we have a tendency to overpromise.
Sure.
And almost because we're not Scotty on Star Trek, so we overpromise and underdeliver. We're supposed to do the other way.
Yeah, right. Yep.
So, so it does create a normal challenge. And basically, oh, by the way, railroads in the late 1800s, same thing.
Yep.
So that's the reason why you have a lot of little railroads that didn't make any money.
Sure. Yeah. Yep.
So we've now reached that point. Developers, because this stuff was cheap, started doing really running this stuff and not needing to think about cost effectiveness.
Yep.
When they're running their routines,
not
their
paying for it.
vibe coding and stuff. Because yeah, the company's paying for it though. Trust me.
Because
That's what's now happening.
Again, but this is because the developers, the middlemen and under, they're just using the tool. They're not looking at the cost.
Right. And executive management said, "We're sold. You're going to save a ton of money on this, so you need to go do this."
Yes.
And everybody went, "Sure."
Yep.
That's what the vendor said. What is my rule about vendors? How do you know the vendor lied to you? You bought the product.
They talk to you.
Yes. So, so we're seeing a couple of articles on this one right now. Where's it at? Uber, Planeteer, two of them are examples that have actually started running in the cost models of this. So suddenly, and there's dozens of others, just articles that are out there. This is a current hot topic. Gartner has just put out a study on this as well, referencing Uber in particular, as I remember, that as the cost model went up, suddenly everybody, their costs for AI are exceeding the cost of the developer.
Yeah.
So now the same work being done is more expensive, potentially, than it was having a developer. Now, this is all going to have to shake out, so we're going to run through these scares all the time, but it is one of those things. And the tools are going to eventually get more efficient. But one of the things that came out of this is it's not just the developers. In fact, it may not be the developers. It may be the fact that we've built all these agents. Because when an agent does something, per the article, the agent may do something that as a human you do in one or two things because you're able to process things in the back of your head, all those shortcuts.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, AI doesn't do shortcuts. So if you built an agent, it's going to go through these same steps, and it may make some improvements, but it's going to make AI calls out 5, 10, 20 times for the same thing that a human may have done in a handful of those.
Sure. Yeah.
And so the cost model is very different. And by the way, nobody does basic cost modeling in my mind. And especially at this early stages. It's kind of like, cool, go use this. It'll be fun. Because the vendor says, and it'll be cheap, you'll save money. And now the vendor wants to make money, the costs increase because all the developers, and in all honesty, management is hooked on this.
Sure.
So it's like selling drugs.
Well, be honest, and this is where tell me what a token is when it comes to AI. No one can. So
okay, that one I've not looked at. I thought there was a good definition.
So there are definitions, but how big a token is for each question,
there's some
consumption.
Right.
I do a sentence, and it's going to take 3 tokens.
So if you're making a call of some kind, that's probably a very definable thing. So when you're passing code, that probably makes sense. When you're using it for writing a book, when you're writing something, that's going to be very different. Or you're doing artwork. That's where it's going to be.
You're having it write code for you.
Right.
So you're going to send out all the tokens for each line of code or a segment of the code. That the person writing it at the computer isn't looking at all the token cost.
Right.
But upper management is having to see the token cost. And so the developer isn't actually thinking about the token cost. They're just trying to do the work.
Yes, but that's true generally no matter what the developer is.
If I'm doing it at home, all of a sudden a message pops up, you used your 500 tokens, go buy more. So, if I go work at a corporation, message doesn't pop up, hey, you've used your limit, go buy more.
Because you don't
there.
So I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but I am guessing that if you were on a token-based process at home, and you were doing that process, it may not actually tell you, hey, you need to buy more tokens.
It does. Okay,
because what we're seeing in companies is suddenly they're getting a bill for mind-boggling amounts of money.
So Notebook LM.
Okay.
I was using it over the weekend, and I hit the max of questions.
Okay.
And you can upgrade now.
Yep.
Or we're not going to be using certain things.
Right.
And so it limited what I could do, but told me directly.
Okay.
And so this is where the home products are going to be different than the corporate products.
Right, because you need to be able to build that in.
Yes.
Because So here's one of the interesting things I think you're running into cloud as well, is part of the function of cloud was sold to companies that you're buying services that you're going to pay a piece at a time for just usage.
Yeah.
So I should be able to pull all of my assets that I'm buying, that I'm paying for
free.
And I should be, not for free, but stop it, that I should be able to look at my bill and say, these are all the devices I've got, right? Because we're reconciling I should be reconciling my bill from AWS, yeah, right,
Sure.
to my inventory system. Yeah, that's not happening. But that's, these are one of those things that it got sold to management that we could be able to manage those costs better because you'll be able to understand your transactional cost.
Yeah.
That's great, but that when you've got 80,000 employees, that doesn't happen.
No, yeah. Or it does happen. You just have to hire help to do so.
Yeah, it does become cost effective at that point in time. And to be honest, building the control structures to do that, I mean, shoot, back in the 80s, I remember doing reviews of network systems where it's like, okay, so you're buying a bunch of leased lines and stuff from US West and that kind of stuff. And it's like, okay, so let me show me that this is you're actually using all of these. Do you have them? And
sure.
And it's like, no, it's just the bills in it literally came, well, it wasn't in CDs back then, came in a set of large floppies.
Sure.
Say, this is your bill, and nobody was going through it because for a large company, it was just no effective way to do that.
Yeah.
So people stood up, and this is a thought for cloud and maybe AI, it's a business model for people. There are people that are in the industry for utility costs that I'll review your bill for you and reconcile it. You give me 10, 20, 25% of what I save you.
Oh, hey, I just found a retirement plan for you as an auditor.
Yeah. It's a thought.
It's a thought.
I'm not sure I wouldn't rather get kicked in the head by the 15-year-old, but that's,
Yeah.
but that is one of those things. So as we build these things that you're there, it would be really cool to actually, well, okay, way off topic. So do we do that when we buy our books and our CDs?
100% yes. Yes. So yes.
Do you reconcile that?
So
How do you know that they haven't already removed access to things you thought you had?
So I do periodically check and see what I have access to. I'm a little bit.
Why are you a welder? Why are you not an auditor someplace?
I
mean, I love the fact that you're welding right now. Yeah, okay.
So, just hardware, not software.
Okay, so you do reconcile what your electronic
library. Yes, I did.
You can say that, I can't.
Yeah, I do that probably twice a year. Yeah.
Is there evidence of this?
Yeah. I mean, no evidence. I don't write down a log.
Okay, but there's
I can start writing.
If there's no evidence of the control, how do I know you're actually performing that control?
Trust and verify. Crap. No, I mean, so yeah, I mean, I updated my phone, and because I updated my phone,
yeah,
I went back to Amazon and go, okay, what books do I still have access to? Yep.
Okay. Realistically, I don't think most people are going to do
No,
that.
they don't. No, 100%. No, agreed.
Again, I have 2,000 books on
I have
thing.
only like 23 or 24 books.
I have more than that, by 2 orders of magnitude.
2,000. Yes.
All right.
But go on. So I do think we need to rotate to a home hardware system for when it comes to social media, movies, games, and even including AI.
So how do and this is a conversation for another time. So let's say, I mean,
well,
because I have a lot of books that are not DRM protected.
Sure.
And Bain as a publisher is somebody that I read a lot of. They don't have, their books aren't encrypted. There's no digital rights controls on those. So I could literally, and I don't think they'd mind if I copied them down to a server for me at the house that I had access to. Now, on the other hand, if I'm breaking somebody's encryption, I think the school's still out on whether or not that's legal.
Sure. one of those things that I still have it, so it's mine.
Yeah, because you've got the physical.
I still have the physical copy.
Right.
If I own it, who tells me what I can't do with it?
So here's an interesting question. So let's say that I have this PlayStation. So I purchased it, and I absolutely think that I bought it. You're wrong, but you may have actually.
The hardware or the software?
The software. I mean, the movie.
Yeah, the movie. Yep.
So if I download the movie and I'm playing it on my PlayStation,
Yep.
can I capture that to another device?
You can do it with anything. I mean, so technically, yes. I mean, I can go into a movie theater,
Okay.
get my camera, set it up behind me.
No, you can't. Not legally.
Who said? Again, you didn't say legally or not.
Okay.
But technically, I could. Don't do this. I could technically watch a movie on PlayStation on Terminator 2, whatever
Right.
it is,
And record it, yes.
record it on my phone.
Yes.
Or do a screen share.
Yep.
And record it that way. Is it legal?
Probably not.
Probably not.
We're putting this on YouTube, so
So again, probably not.
Probably not.
But again, I bought it.
Yeah.
So
and I'm not going to say that when I was in Iraq in early 2000s, I didn't buy a movie from the little bazaar. You watch some movie and then watch somebody's head walk across the screen.
Yep. So again, maybe it's a culture issue.
Sure.
Different cultures do different things.
Right, we are way over time.
So yeah. So with that, what's your opinion? Should we start moving away from digital copies, or should we have digital copies but have better access to? So when I buy a digital copy, it becomes mine, not a access to it.
And this is going to be one of those things that comes across with, so like Sony's doing it with this one, but let's say you've got Amazon Prime that you have purchased, not Prime, Amazon, and you've purchased some of the movies that are there.
Yep.
And they've determined that we're no longer going to have those, and you don't. So simply because this is happening with Sony doesn't mean
Oh, it's happening
not.
everywhere. 100%.
So,
Yep.
what are your thoughts? How ticked would you be? I mean, when are you even doing it? But how ticked would you be if you suddenly lost access to a movie that you expected to have available to you? Or, other side of the coin, you're simply responding to, why are you watching a movie more than once?
Yeah.
I think you may have pointed that out to me about my book library. Once you've read the book once, why bother?
Yep.
So, yeah, give us your thoughts on this, because we're all over the place. Love to have your thoughts on the AI. We'll do a deeper dive on that as to some of the cost models with that.
And contracts. That sounds fun.
So
I'm excited for that one.
Would have loved for him to study law, but no. He decided not to read in high school.
No, just after high school.
just after high school he got into this. So, give us your thoughts on that one, and subscribe, all that kind of good stuff.
Oh yeah.
But because we do need to let them know that.
Oh yeah. Don't forget to subscribe, like the video, and share it to someone you may think that might like our material.
And to be honest, if you don't like it, or even if you don't like it, let us know what you think.
100%.
Because I'm an auditor by trade. People telling me that I'm an idiot is a norm, so don't feel bad about it.
Great.
Okay, not for you. You're my son. You don't get away with that.
I do.
So, all right.
So with that, thank you for watching, and until next time, happy
Take care.
trails.
Happy trails.
Pick a limb, settle in, let the story begin. Make yourself home while we wander and roam. We stay on one branch or we leap to the next, following the trail through the simple and complex. Just father and son, having some fun, follow the trail, see where it leads. A little wonder is all that you need, chasing the light on a squirrely ride.